Hello children, welcome you all in this online edu classes for class 8 social science. Here I am Meenakshi Pandey with the fifth part of the video for chapter 2 from trade to territory. In the previous videos, we have already studied about the various annexation policies introduced by the East India officials, and by the end of 1857, almost more than half of the Indian terrain was under the control of the British officials. So now it was becoming difficult for setting up a new administration for them. It was a good challenge for them. Warren Hastings was the Governor General from 1773 to 1785, and he played one of the most significant role in the expansion of the company's power. By his time, the company has acquired power over the three places like Bengal, Bombay and Madras, and these three places were termed as the presidencies. It was also termed as the administrative units. Each administrative unit or each presidency was being governed by the governor, and the supreme head of the administration was the Governor General. Warren Hastings happens to be the first Governor General who introduced several administrative reforms during his time. From 1772 to a new system of justice was established. Each district was to have two courts, a criminal court and a civil court. Criminal court means the Fausdari Adalat and the civil court refers to Diwani Adalat. The Maulvis and Hindu Pandits interpreted Indian laws for the European district collectors, who presided over the civil courts. The criminal courts was still under the Qazis and the Muftis, but under the supervision of the collectors. There was a major conflict going on which was being faced by the European district collectors. For example, the Brahmin Pandits gave different interpretations of local laws that was based on the different schools of the Dharma Shastra. Here Dharma Shastra means the Sanskrit texts prescribing social rules and codes of behavior that was composed from 500 BCE onwards. Now, this was the challenge to bring in the uniformity. Thus, in the year 1775, 11 Pandits were being sorted out and were asked to compile a digest of Hindu laws. These digest was been converted or translated into English by N.B. Halhed. By the end of 1778, a code of Muslim law was also compiled for the benefit of European judges. A new Supreme Court was established, while the Court of Appeal, the Sadar Nizamat Adalat, was also set up at Calcutta. The collector was the principal figure in the district. He was being helped by the judges, police officers and darogas. The collectorate happens to be the center of the power and patronage that steadily replaced previous holders of authority. This was the system of the justice and the administration. Now, let us know something about the company's army. When we talk about the Mughals army, because before the colonial rule there was the Mughals army. So, the Mughals army was mainly composed of cavalrymen, the Sawars or the trained soldiers on horseback. And the second one was the infantry. Infantry means the pedal soldiers or the soldiers who walked on foot and they used to serve. So these pedal soldiers were trained in archery and the uses of sword and dagger. The cavalry was the one which dominated the army of the Mughal state. Now, many of the peasants who were trained in the usage of this archery or the sword, they were serving as the army. There was a major change in the 18th century when the successors of Mughals like the Awadh and Banaras, they started recruiting the peasants into their armies and training them as professional soldiers. In the similar manner, East India Company also adopted the same method and it started recruiting the army which was known as the Sepoy army. There was a major change in the technology also. By the 1820s, As we know that the British Empire was fighting in Burma, Afghanistan and Egypt, where the soldiers were using muskets and matchlocks. The soldiers in company had to keep pace with the changing military requirements, and its infantry regiments now became more important. By the 19th century, the British began to develop a uniform military culture, that was, training the soldiers, drilling, and discipline that regulated their life for more than before. This created problem since caste and community feelings were ignored in building a force of professional soldiers. With this, we come to the end of the lesson. Finally, let us conclude. You already know that the East India Company has come to India to trade, but now it was transformed from a trading company to a territorial colonial power. There were different technology which was been introduced, like the steam technology. With this steam technology, the distance that was been covered from 6 to 8 months from Britain to India through ship was now reduced to hardly 3 weeks, and that has enabled more of the Britishers and their families to come to a far off country like India. In this manner, not only the British officials, they have acquired the direct rule over the 63% of the territory, rather 78% of the population of Indian subcontinent was also under them. Let us finish up with this chapter. Children, you are required to go through all the videos and can clear your doubts through the end tab. You can put your queries through it. Take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.